devotion to the Sacred Heart originated in Europe. There was a sense at the time in the 16, 17, 1800s where an image of God that is much more compassionate and forgiving was surfacing, and the spirituality of the Sacred Heart spoke of that.
Our community was founded in 1821 by Father Coindre precisely because he saw young people who were in need. He saw young people who didn't have access to education, who were on the streets, were being put into prisons because there was nothing else to do with them. And he knew he had to do something to respond to the needs of young people.
He had this compassion for children who are on the streets, orphaned by the situation going on in France, and brought those children in and set up a religious community of women to work with the girls and a religious community of men to work with the boys. And a lot of times he found the boys by going into the jails and the prisons. You know, he wasn't afraid of taking risks that way.
I really wanted to learn the person of our founder, Father Coindre, and indeed I did. I learned his traits, his qualities, the humbleness, the generous man he was, the compassionate man. But I also could see how those traits reflect Jesus' traits in the gospel and his values.
Our charism asks us to reach out to young people who are needy and to educate them. And Father Coindre, reached out to the young people in his time. And today, in our country, there are many refugees that come here and they are very needy. They don't have much. They come here with practically nothing. And so, we reach out with our hands and we reach out to them to teach them English and to give them power and to help them feel like, this is their new home and that they are welcomed.
There are 1,200 brothers throughout the world in 32 different countries. Primarily, the brothers throughout the world work with adolescents, and so it's taken from our original charism.
And that's what our brothers continue to try to do today in all kinds of different ways, in schools, taking care of people who are on the streets still. Whatever it may be, compassion, I think, and allowing yourself to be wounded by the suffering of the world is what the Sacred Heart is about.